Welcome to your practice. Please find a comfortable posture where you can settle in. You can close the eyes or keep them open. You just take a moment to ground into your being. We've been talking today a lot about, and I guess last night as well, about that life principle, about the mode of your existence. It can feel fixed, but if we, appreciate the life principle, it's moving, it's activating in every moment. As that life principle is activating every moment, this is the real agent of life, the real actor of life. And so a meditation practice is to sit into that recognition that life is unfolding for us, through us, as us. That we don't have to feel like the doer of that or a separate doer who has to make the choices or the divide in separation. We framed it over the last 2 days together about interacting with life and kind of entering that flow and harmonizing with it, about being in the world, being with the world meaning our human social endeavors. But the other component is just to really love and know and understand the principle itself. Not how it relates to life, not how it interacts with the world, but just the essence itself. That we don't have to go mine it for an idea or a sentiment. That we can just acknowledge it in this very moment. And that is our sitting practice. And for some beings, this is all that's needed. For some beings, this is all that's necessary. Householders start to strike a balance and a blend. But for many people, it's this quality of just relishing in that presence. That's where the deficit is. I rarely meet people who have an excess of being just immersed in source or immersed in life principle. Rarely. Because if you really immerse in it, when it's time to come out of it, it just naturally happens. It's got that much guidance. It's got that much support to it. My teacher used to say, because I was worried that I was going to fade away into oblivion. He said, the universe isn't going to waste you. The universe isn't going to waste you. And it was like a permission slip. It was a permission slip to immerse as deeply as I wished into that place of quietude and presence. Knowing it for yourself, drinking from that well, that's what the practice is about. And for many people, it's a feeling, and it's an acknowledgement of that feeling. Acknowledge the feeling. That feeling has qualities to it in our human experience. It's a feeling of steadiness. It's a feeling of calm. It's a feeling of quietude and peacefulness. And as we experience these feelings, maybe before we have to label them as words, they're just there. They're just existent in that feeling. And that feeling is a knowing. That feeling is a knowing. It can't really be taught. We point at it, we reference it, but it can't really be taught. How to recognize, how to affirm it, that has some methodology, some teaching to it. But the actual feeling itself, at least the way we're pointing at it tonight, it's innate. It existed before we ever thought about meditating on it. And just knowing that can be enough. You can use the breath, but it's not necessary. But if you'd like, you can do a couple soothing breaths when it feels right. But really, it's a recognition. That is the practice. A recognition that underneath your thoughts, underneath your breath, underneath the felt sensations of your body, there is the foundation of experience. And the practice is about coming to know the foundation of your experience. Try it a few times. There's the breath, and you can witness the breath. There's some thoughts, and you can witness the thoughts. A lot or a little, doesn't matter. And then there's your felt experience of the body. But do you also feel and recognize underneath that, around that, that you could forget about your breath as it does come and go from conscious awareness. You could forget about your thoughts, or they could stop. You could forget about the body, like when you're dreaming or sleeping. And that fundamentally, there would still be existence, your being. For many, there needs to feel like there's this withdrawing for a little while. Because remember, most of us are in a deficit with being, time spent, knowing, loving the presence of reality. And so we have to be willing to not just take some time, but to also put some energy toward it, to open ourselves to know it. You may find that your attention has been habitualized. Your attention has been habitualized to pay attention to your breathing, your thinking, and your felt body experience. It's very good at that. It defaults there. For most people, it's just their thoughts. But with some yoga training, breath and body can come into it. And so the withdrawing is the conscious acknowledgement that I'm going to have to look away from thought, look away from breath, look away from body sensation to truly know and perceive the presence of reality in and of itself. Because the presence of reality, it's there no matter what we're looking at. But to relish and savor and bask to truly go on retreat, even if it's just for 45 minutes. So when you find your habitual nature to focus on your thoughts, or maybe your breath, or maybe your body, when you become aware that that's what you're paying attention to, you've got a moment, a real opportunity to remember. Trust your intuition about it. Trust the calling. The calling comes from within you to pursue a study like this. And the presence of reality, it's within you. Feel your willingness to move toward it, to rest in it, to explore it. It has no edges. It has no shape. It has no color. Yet you know it's there. Every time you feel that recognition, I was off looking into my world of thought. You might come back to the breath or the body. But in my experience, they're not enough because they don't last. Awakening is about awakening to what lasts, to what is always present. And so the breath, or feeling embodied, it can ground us and calm us a little bit, but it's really just a stepping stone. And sometimes you can skip it altogether. That just recognize, you know, you know innately. There's a presence. Reality has presence. And it's a feeling, unlike the emotions, unlike the feelings of the body sensations. A non-dual meditation is a discovery, an active, perpetual discovery of that feeling. And so everyone is always succeeding at that. Because you know on some level it's there, and you acknowledge it at whatever level you can. And this is how we get out of the deficit. We turn toward it. We embrace it, and it embraces us until we can no longer tell the difference. So when you find your habitualization going towards your thoughts, going toward your breath, going toward body sensation, give some of that energy towards the acknowledgement of the hidden, of the unseen, this constant presence of reality. You could say you're watching it, or that you're listening to it. You could say you're being with it, abiding in it, resting in it. It's all the same thing. What if everything the master said about it was true? Give it a chance to prove them wrong. Know for yourself. Masters say, if you know this presence, everything will be taken care of. In the Tao Te Ching, they say, truly one who has lost everything is fit to win the world. As we let go the attachments in our thoughts of the body and the world, everything we could have wanted from the world will follow. This is what the awakened masters will tell us across traditions. Let's discover for ourselves. Let's find out. And so if we dedicated this time, when our attention goes back to our thoughts about the world, remember that intuitive feeling, this calling we're not quite certain of. And give yourself the time and energy to explore it, to be with it, to understand. What could I say about it? What could you read about it? Only if the recognition is within you does it matter. The words from others are pointers. Even your memories of it are just pointers. But your knowing, your discovery of it, needs only this moment. No past, no achievement, just this moment. No warm-up exercises necessary. Nothing to bypass or skip. Just acknowledge this feeling, an innate feeling of presence. It's not your thoughts. It's not your breath. It's not emotions. It's not body sensation. But it's something. You can recognize it. Recognize it with time and energy. The wisdom of what it is reveals itself over and over. Be where it takes you. Form a habit, just like we wander into our thoughts through habit or into our body sensation through training like yoga. This moment will capture your attention. The presence will be revealed, unshakable. You can't make it go away. Reflect on it. Give it your time and energy. Until your attention goes to it. Rather than to your thoughts. The thoughts will still be there sometimes. Just like the body is there when it doesn't have our attention. The breath is there when it doesn't have our attention. The same will be true for thoughts. But the knowing of this presence in reality will hold the entire thing. Give it a chance to prove to you that what the masters have said about it is true. Relax from the practice.